together 76% of the land on the planet has no photosynthesis of any kind. Green shirts won't do it. Hello? Green color shirts won't do the job. That's a problem. To put back as much photosynthesis as possible on the planet is most important. Can you plant crops on your roads? You cannot. Urban land you can't do much. Little bit you can do, plant a few trees here and there. So the only place that's left toward us is the agricultural lands. We need to have green cover. When I say green cover, it can be the crops that we grow is green cover. When there are no crops, there must be a cover crop, which was a normal practice just 50, 60 years ago across the world. Today, as I'm riding through Serbia, I see most lands are just plowed and left open. This is what should not happen. There must be a cover crop. When we are not using the land, there must be a cover crop. Some kind of green leaf all the time. If we don't do this, what is happening is the microorganisms which run into zillions and zillions, a handful of soil has 8 to 10 billion organisms. 60% of your body, shall I tell you the truth about you? 60% of your body is microbial life. Only 40% is your parental genetics. So don't boss over your children too much because you're only 20% mothers. Yes, 60% is microbial activity. You know today, if you do not have the necessary gut microbiome, you cannot even digest and assimilate the food that you eat. The same is true in the soil. Without the help of the microbial life, the plants cannot get their sustenance and nourishment from the soil. They need to be alive. When we talk about organic content, what we are talking about is to ensure the microbial life is fed, that there is food for them. And when I talk about minimum 3%, we are talking about starvation diet. Right now they are on a death row. Instead of that, at least starvation diet so that they will live, because soil is not our property. Soil is a legacy and a gift we have received from the past. We must pass it on in living condition for the future generations. This is a generational responsibility that we must fulfill.
Yes.
Right now, to give you a perspective of what's happening, Northern Europe, average organic content in the soil is 1.48%, Southern Europe 1.1 to 1.2%, Africa average is 0.3%, India average is 0.68%, United States 1.25%. In a temperate climate, the standards need to be much higher because in temperate climates you're using the land only for 4 to 5 months in a year. 1% or below 1% is considered as desertification in a temperate land. In a tropical land, for example in India, we are using the soil 12 months of the year. So there it's a little lower, but in temperate climate it has to be 3% plus, otherwise the soil is dying or the organisms are dying. On an average, 27,000 species, you heard it right, according to UNFAO, 27,000 species of organisms are going extinct every year. At this rate, in another 30 to 35 years, we could reach a place where it will be very hard to regenerate the soil, or it will be almost impossible to regenerate the soil. Right now, we are in a cusp of time where if we act now, if we bring the necessary policy and act now, in the next 10 to 15 years, we can significantly turn the soil around. This is why you are very important, because this is our time on the planet.
Yes.
We may think we have many things in our life, You may think in your mind that you have many things in your life. No, there's only one thing that you have. This is your time on the planet, and that's all there is. You have time still. Hello? If this time goes away, along with that this life goes away, then what have we done as a generation of people? That's a big question mark in our minds, and that question mark will rise in a very bitter way in the future generation's mind. So this is not a guilt trip, this is not an agitation, this is not a protest, nor is this about beating up some industry or something. This is an expression of our love and responsibility for our own lives and the future lives.
Yes.
Why I'm insisting on a policy is simply this. There must be some old part of Belgrade somewhere, I'm not familiar, you know, hello? Older part of the city, right?
Yes.
If you go to that part of the city, this is true with almost every city, people have built homes wall to wall without any concept of a window. Only one door, entry. The same door entry, same door in, same door out. You have homes like that in old city? Today, if you want to build a building, if you have 10,000 square feet of land, you can't build 10,000 square feet. There is a law. Maybe 6,000–7,000 square feet you can build, you have to allow some space. So this is the urban land. But in the rural scale, if you have 100 acres of land, you can plow every inch of that land. In 10 years' time, turn it into a desert. Nobody will ask you, why have you done this? Because there is no law. So what I am saying is, if you own land, getting the land, what kind of farming you want to do, whether you want to produce something or not is your choice. But you must keep the land alive, because it's not just yours. It belongs to generations to come. So this is the law we are asking for. Why such things have not happened? Because people have never spoken. People have never spoken. People are busy gossiping immediate things, little things. Get me a 1% tax break, get me little cheaper petrol, get me this, get me this. We are talking, I'm not saying these are not important, but it is also very important. If you have the brain of a human being, you are capable of thinking ahead. Hello? This is the significance of a human life, that we can think and plan and imagine what we want to do tomorrow. This is not in the capacity of any other creature.
Bravo!
Well, there are a whole lot of people, don't worry about tomorrow, just live in the moment, live in the moment. You need to think about this a little bit. It's very important. If you're a human being, you have an absolutely vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. That's why you're human. Hello? Yes or no?
Yeah.
But you should not let the past memory, how much ever memory you carry of sweetness and bitterness, whatever it is, do not let the memories make you bitter, nor make your imagination anxious. Because people start suffering what may happen tomorrow right now. That's not the point. Hello? What may happen day after tomorrow? Right now they suffer because they are using their imagination to create anxiety. No, imagination is to create the future that you want. Hello? Imagination is about building what we want. Imagination is not about imagining something which is not there and putting a scare into yourself. So, why we are insisting on this policy is just this, because if you have some land and I have some land, you're keeping it great and I'm keeping it great, but there is no guarantee somebody else who comes next will keep it great. It will be guaranteed only when it's enshrined in the policy. This is the way to keep the land. It has to become the law. But right now, farmer's economy is so fragile. If he tries to change anything, he will collapse. Because of that, it must be incentive driven. If you get your land to minimum 3% organic content, there must be significant incentives for the farmer. Apart from that, the businesses can get into action and get him carbon credit. Apart from that, in the marketplace it will find its own level. Instead of right now you're saying this apple is organic. What is the other apple? Is it inorganic, I'm asking? Hello? Is there such a thing? No. This is just a marketing trick. So instead of that, if you say, my apple comes from 3% organic content in the land, there is enough science to tell you, if the land has 3% organic content, what are all the nutritional benefits it has, what are the health benefits it has, what are the preventive health benefits it will give you. It is already there, we just have to collate the science. If it comes from 6% organic content, what is the micronutrient level in that apple? What are the health benefits and what are the preventive health benefits? It's all there, we have to just put it together. Instead of eating 5 apples, you can eat just 1 and it will be good enough. Anyway, they told you an apple a day, not 5 a day. Hello? Thank you very much for being here. If you have a question, we'll take it. In the month of May, in COP15 in Ivory Coast, I am addressing 197 nations representatives who will be there. There will be a representative, there will definitely be a representative from Serbia, most probably your agriculture minister or environment minister will be there. So I am saying, before your representative goes there, the voice of the people must be heard, that people want this.
Yes.
Will you make sure?
Yes!
Don't raise a fist, this means next thing is this, okay? No. Why I'm saying this is, it's very easy. When we see some things have been done wrong and some people refuse to understand, very easy to get angry. If you get angry, you will add to global warming. Hello? You get hot, isn't it? Hello? When you get hot, are you not adding to global warming? Yes. So this is not about your anger. This is about your genuine sense of love and concern for life around you, including yours. This is important. The only thing that's most precious in your life is life itself, isn't it? Hello? And that is true for the life that is here and the life that is yet to be. I am saying this because UNFAO said something which really deeply hurt me, is they are saying, the food that we're eating right now, the soil that we're consuming right now, belongs not even to these little children, belongs to the unborn child. An unborn child means it is the most helpless life. Hello? Women, I'm asking you, when you're pregnant, if you start beating this child, after it came out, maybe you did, but at least the child can run away, bite you, do something. When it is in your womb, if you start beating this one, absolutely helpless, isn't it? So eating up the food of an unborn child deeply hurts me. That's not the kind of people we should be. Hello? That's not what we are. We've got to change this. We have to change this. The simple thing is just this. The microbial life, which is the foundation of our life, which is the foundation of the oxygen that you're breathing here right now, they need food. Their food is organic material. There are only 2 sources of organic material on the planet, plant life and animal life. Simply there is nothing else. There is a madness right now. Sadhguru, my friend, has invented an app, not invented, created an app. This can create anything you want. Please, even if you source the entire known universe, there is no organic content anywhere except in plant life and animal life. This one thing you must instill in your hearts, because people keep on constantly diverting themselves with something or the other. Organic content can only come from plant life and animal life. We need more of that. The problem is right now on our farmlands, because of monoculture that we have taken to, except for the crop that we grow, there is not a single leaf on it, there is not a single animal on it. Machines do the work. It's great machines are doing the work, but machines don't shit, that's the problem. Yes. If animals were there, they would have put back something. Machines don't do that. So we need to do something about this. There are hundreds of ways in which it can be done, but without incentives it will not move. This is why we are asking you to raise your voice, and the governments understand your concern and they will invest in long-term well-being, because why will they invest in something? When you have elected them, what is it, 4 years or 5 years in Serbia? 4 years. If I elect this guy as the president or prime minister, what?
President.
I elect you, president. If we elect this guy as the president of Serbia, only for 4 years. No. Don't interrupt him. Only for 4 years you have elected. Let any one of you got elected for 4 years. Tell me, what would you like to do? You would like to invest and work for producing results in those 4 years? Or would you like to do something which will produce results after 15 or 20 years? Tell me honestly. 4 years, isn't it? That's what everybody is doing. You can see that now. When you are in that responsibility, the position of responsibility, and resources are limited, what will you do? You will do things in those 4 years. That's what everybody is doing all over the world. Unless people give the mandate. Governments were not elected to do something fantastic. Governments were elected to fulfill the people's mandate. Where is the mandate? When have people spoken that we are concerned about the long-term well-being of this nation? We have not spoken. It's time to speak.
Yes.
So I want to hear the voice of Belgrade across the world.
Yes.
Everybody, I know your people are all over the world. Hello? You are also my people. All right? That's what I'm saying. Everybody who comes from this region, who may be in whichever country they are right now, you make sure they sit up and speak something about soil. They don't have to support me. They have to speak about soil. Hello? This is about soil. This is not about Sadhguru. This is about soil. Will you make this happen? Your concern for soil should reverberate across the world. Next few couple of months, if you do this, getting the policy done, we have ways to do it. The UN agencies, 5 major UN agencies are partners with us right now. We will get this done, if only before we address the COP15, we want at least 3 billion people to be talking about soil.